Hi there, my name is Sigi and I'm from TCG Bandits. In this video, I want to address something that I have been noticing recently, and that is that Pokemon is changing their distribution. So as you know, on the Pokemon.com website, you have a list of official distributors supported by Pokemon. Well, recently, two of those distributors on that list reached out to me saying that they are pulling the plug on Pokemon products, simply because they are not able to get any inventory. It's just not feasible for their business to continue and try and get Pokemon products because everybody is fighting over it. It's just crazy. You've got the other big ones in Europe, Asmodee, ADC Blackfire, and things like that. Those are really big distributors and they've got a little bit the monopoly. And I believe that Pokemon is checking out to work closely more and more together with those kind of companies than with the smaller distributors, which could change everything that we were used to previously. Because getting access to Asmodee, ADC Blackfire, that's impossible. You can reach out to them. They will not reply to small companies like myself or a lot of other people. What they are trying to do is the local painter that is trying to sell Pokemon after his hours, the butcher that is trying to get an extra buck. They want to get rid of all those scalpers, basically, and they want to make the market healthy again. Will this be the solution? Because a lot of companies in the end will go out of business. I'm not only talking about distributors, I'm also talking about the suppliers, the companies that do also B2B but on a lower scale. If you are in Pokemon and you are only relying on Pokemon, you're gonna get screwed. Putting all your eggs in one basket and only counting on Pokemon will get you out of business. Okay, as a consumer, does this affect you? Well, the less distributors there are, the higher the prices can become because we won't notice it, but they can discuss prices among each other or drive up the prices. Because the more distributors, suppliers there are, the more they can fight it out on the market. Because one will try to get below the other, and then you got a ripple effect because the prices will get lower and lower. The more supply there would be. But imagine Pokemon is doing reprints and they are going to release it onto the market. But they are only going to send it to the big suppliers, Asmodee, ADC, Blackfire, you name it, but not to those smaller distributors anymore because they are either out of business, they decided to stop that shit with Pokemon, or another reason. That could mean that we won't see a big change in prices soon. Don't get me wrong, I really hope that prices will get down, but the demand is so high. Distributors have also raised their prices because also they don't get a lot of product, but they got their warehouses, staff, and everything that they still need to pay. So they are requesting more from the companies that are buying from them. And in the end, who is going to buy the products from them? You. So booster boxes of 160, 165 euros, will that remain this way? Probably for a while. Even if reprints are coming, look at Surging Sparks, for example. That booster box costs you more than 200 euros. Will that go down soon? Well, we got a reprint. It didn't came down. It's still practically the same. Also now, Black Bolt, White Flare, prepare yourself. Really prepare yourself. On PokeBeach, there is an article about it, about shortages that you can expect. Big shortages, ladies and gentlemen, because the hype for these two new sets will be nothing like we have ever seen before, because having two English sets released at the same time never been done before. And also something that you really need to understand, Black Bolt and White Flare combined together will be more than 800 cards to collect. So prepare yourself. If you thought Prismatic Evolutions was already a nightmare to find in store or even on reasonable prices, prepare yourself for Black Bolt and White Flare. those will be crazy. But let me tell you something. Don't fall into the FOMO. This set will be printed for at least 2 years. If the hype is so big, Pokemon will print it to the ground. But it will take some time. A reprint could take 6 months, 8 months, 10 months. Who knows? But reprints will come, especially like there are more than 800 cards to collect. They need a lot of product. Because how many booster boxes will you need to open to get all those cards? And also, ladies and gentlemen, don't only rely on sealed products. Single cards for these two sets will be also your go-to. If you never tried it before, it's time to get in it, because collecting so many cards just out of sealed products, if the pull rates are as bad as Prismatic Evolutions, well, tough luck, everybody. You're gonna be in for a shit show. Yeah, that's why also we, from business perspective, started with selling single cards, gaining experience, trying to see how it goes. It's not easy, I'm gonna tell you that, but single cards is also the way forward for everybody. Sealed products are very limited. This will remain for quite a while. We are expecting new product because Surging Sparks was 6 months or even longer ago, so they are still reprinting that, but we need to be patient. Everybody falls for the FOMO, everybody wants it instantly, but as we know, like now, destined rivals. If you buy it now at the release, you know a month, 2 months later, prices can go down enormously. Check out Journey Together. How many people got screwed over by that? Because that set in the end was not popular, but people paid so much for that in the pre-order or just at the release, and afterwards everything tanked. Be careful. Pokemon is changing. They are trying to step up. They are changing their distribution. They want to get a control over the prices, but it's not easy. This is going to be trial and error. And for all we know, this is going to blow up in their face. Just plain and simple. We also were questioning what are we going to do, but we decided already a long time ago, before this shit show started, that we won't place all our eggs in one basket. Way too dangerous. From business perspective, you don't do that. You got so many TCGs. You got even a bigger TCG out there. So why won't you also discover that Pokemon is not the only thing in the world? But for a collector standpoint, I understand. You're into Pokemon, you want Pokemon, yeah? But just be patient and everything will work out in the end. Okay, we are getting close to the 30 years of Pokemon. It's gonna remain a shit show. Yeah, it's my word, shit show. But okay, it is true. We are closing into the 30 years, and perhaps after that, everything will calm down a little bit again. As I've seen other YouTubers mention a lot of times, what is happening now also happened like 3-4 years ago, and the market rebounds, and it will rebound, and it will go back to this kind of situation in 5 years, for example. History will repeat itself. We just need to be patient. Will everything go back to booster boxes of 100 euros? Who can tell that? I don't got a globe. I cannot see that. You cannot see that. It's all speculation. But if history will repeat itself, then we will go back to that. If the hype goes down, if the scalpers get out of the business because they lost money or there is no money to make. We also want to collect Black Bolt, White Flare, but we are going to wait. We are not falling into FOMO. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope it was a bit informative and it makes you think a little bit about the future. So, think before you act. And if you have any questions, drop them down below. Happy to reply to all messages. If you have any doubts, also let me know your take on all of this. What are you going to do? Do you fall for the FOMO? Do you get in line for 1 hour to get an SPC, to get that Destined Rivals or Black Bolt and White Flare? Are you really that crazy to do that? Or do you just wait at home and I'm waiting. Product will be available soon. Very interesting in knowing. And if you're looking for interesting products that we got in stock, a bit older products, we don't got anything recent after surging, check out our website, tcgbandits.eu, and also check out our Instagram, tcgbandits. And I would like to thank you for watching this video. and I hope to see you in one of our next ones. Bye!